Okay guys, so based on the inspiration of the image that you just saw, we're going to do this great monochromatic look, and we're going to add a little bit of a modern twist to it by giving it that red lip, similar to the way it was in the photograph. So I've already primed my eyelid with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and we're going to begin with the lid color. Today we're going to be putting a white shimmer on the lid color. I'm actually going to be using my Coastal Scents palette, which you guys know I pretty much use that all the time, and we're going to be using this shimmery white. This one's a matte white, this is a shimmer white. Now I have found that whenever you wear white, whether it's shimmer or not, it tends to be a little clear, I guess. It tends to fade itself out. We want to keep that nice sparkle on that lid. So I'm going to be introducing you guys to a new product today. It is called Fix Plus. It is a MAC product. I feel like I'm always saying MAC's so expensive, this is a great alternative, but I've not found an alternative to Fix Plus. I don't even know if there is one. This is the old packaging. It no longer comes in the package like this, but it's called Fix Plus and it's by MAC. I got this at Cosmetic Company outlet for $12. It's a lot more expensive than that in the new packaging at the MAC store. But it doesn't look like this anymore unless you do go to the Cosmetic Company outlet and you find it. It may or may not look like this. But it comes with a spritzer top and it spritzes out the product. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to take our eyeshadow brush. I'm just using my regular shadow brush, and we're going to just spritz it with Fix Plus. Just a couple of sprays there. Then we're going to grab that white shimmer. The Fix Plus will help this adhere to the eyelid as well as that eyelid, the eyeshadow primer as well. So this is just another sort of backup. So just dip the side that you sprayed with the Fix Plus. Shake off your excess, but don't worry too much about it right now because it's white and we want to make sure we get good coverage. Alright, so we're going to apply this to the lid, patting it on. Now I like to keep it bright white, however, as you can tell by the other eye, that the white does tend to fade out when you add on the monochromatic grays and blacks. So I'm just going to make sure that I have enough coverage on the lid. Okay, for the crease I'm going to be using my Sonia Kashuk Fluffy Blending Brush. This one here, it's the one that I pretty much always use when I want a nice subtle look. And we're going to pick up a very, very light gray. Again, using my Coastal Scents palette, I'm going to get a matte gray, that's this shade here. Anytime you wear shimmer on the lid, you want to keep everything else to a matte color on your lids, or else you end up looking like a disco ball, and I know you guys have heard me say that before, so. Alright, so I want a very subtle color here. But all we're going to do is just apply it to the outer edge, sweeping it around like we always do, and I'm not going to actually go in any further than halfway because that white opens up our eye really nicely and this gray would just close it right back up again. Now don't worry too much about a heavy concentration of the gray here because we're going to be putting black over that. That's how we get the monochromatic. We're using shades of black. Black grays all the way down to like the white. Alright, so continue to blend that in until you get the desired shade that you like, and like you can tell that it does change the shade of the white on the lid. Don't worry about that, we can go back and touch that up later. Okay, so I've got that on there pretty well. Now we're going to use a contouring brush to apply black to the inner V the same way we typically do. And this is our contour brush that I'm using, the Eyes Lips Face brush that I always use. Pretty much stick to the same tools for you guys so that if you do want to do these looks, you don't have to replace a lot of what you already have. Now I just get a tiny, tiny little bit of that black on this brush because black is extremely hard to blend, and it's extremely hard to get off if you put too much on. Start with a tiny little bit. I don't really like to blow on the brushes, but if you have to, do that as well. And you're going to just draw in your inner V, starting up and drawing down. And you can see I had barely any black on this brush at all, yet I've got a very thick concentration of it, which is fine. So draw in your V, fill it in with little short circular strokes, Don't go too far into the crease, just on the outer edge. So get that nice black V. Now, to make it match the other one, as you can see, the black V is still there, but it's very soft and subtle. Just go back to your fluffy blending brush and blend it out. The trick here is blend. Just go right on top of that with circular motions. And what it'll do is it'll blend it up into the crease and it'll blend it right into the color on the lid, which is part of the reason why that white will change colors on you. So just blend, blend, blend. Might take you a while, but keep being persistent with it. Get it blended. It's going to look funny if you don't blend it right. Then we're just going to blend out that line in our crease with a highlight shade. I'm going to take a highlight brush, the one I always use, Eyes, Lips, Face. All these brushes are Eyes, Lips, Face with the exception of the Sonia Kashuk blending brush. And I'm just going to take a lighter skin tone color, this one here. Sometimes I use my Hot Pots, sometimes I use this. It was just easier to carry the palette. I like having all those colors in one place. Now we're just going to get a little bit on our brush and just blend out the darker line. Take it from edge to tear duct and around to make sure that you don't get any of that black fallout outside of the area of your eye. If it goes outside of the brow, it's too much, unless you're going for a cat eye look. Alright, so once you get that all blended, you should not see a harsh line there. You see a little bit of a shadow, I think, but that's about it, and you should have that great look. So you've got this nice, great monochromatic. So now we're going to apply liner. I always use Coastal Scent Gel Liner for my upper lash line, for the most part. There are other products I use, I just haven't had a chance to show you those yet. I will in upcoming videos, but this is definitely my go-to. So just get a little bit of that, and I'm going to be using the thin angled liner brush because I want a nice thin line today. Move in close so you guys can see, and I'm just going to draw a little line starting in the middle. Short strokes until you feel like you're in control of the brush, then you can go back and fill them in. So great, we got a nice thin line there. Okay, we're going to take our white eyeliner. I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Liner. And we're going to glide this in the inner tear duct and on the bottom of the inner tear duct. It's a shimmery shade. You can use a shimmer or a matte. Since we used a white shimmer on the lid, I decided to go with the shimmer for the liner. I'm just going to take another pencil liner and line the waterline. This is the Too Faced Lava Gloss. I have it as a sample and I've never used it, and my CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus ran out, so I'm just using this for now. So just run that along the inside. Alright, curl your lashes and apply your mascara. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Plumper 2000 Calorie Extreme. I'm sorry, that's upside down. There we go. For this look, Lash Plumper I thought would work best instead of a regular mascara. So apply that. I always angle my lashes sort of outward and tap on the bottom. Perfect. So that's the completed look on the eyes. Now, to give it that sort of modern feel, I thought a great bright red lip, similarly to the way they did it in that photograph, would be great. Alright, and then we're just going to take the shade I'm using is called Vegas Baby, and it is the Max Factor number 44. And I'm going to use the other side of that liner, which is a blending brush. Just get a little bit on here. I found that when I apply this directly to my lips, it's way too much. When I use the brush, much better. So we're going to apply that. I was pleasantly surprised that I actually found a way to use this color. That's your completed look. This is my interpretation of a monochromatic with a modern twist with a bright red lips. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you will attempt it on your own. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching.